Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Good Vibes Only. We are on our second session tonight of this modern Call of Cthulhu scenario, which probably had something happen last time that has never ever happened before, not just in this scenario, but probably in the entirety of RPGs in general. I'm thinking. But yeah, quick summary. So these lovely Chappie and Chapessias have been at a retreat in Somerset during a very hot summer, either to, I don't know, relax, reflect, etc., but things have gotten a little bit weird, including the behavior of pretty much everybody else. And it turns out that there's something weird in the incense that's causing people to be unnaturally happy. And Kiyana has her own sort of mission to find out more about this retreat and its staff, etc., because of what it did to her poor wifey. And yeah, depending on if the others now have a motive, it's entirely up to you. For Russell, I imagine it's getting to a hospital, given what happened. But why don't we start off by introducing the characters? Let us start off with Russell and how you're feeling.
Things got a bit weird is the serious understatement of the millennium.
I want to give it spoiler free.
Yes, I'm Russell Boren, who, on top of everything else, has apparently decided to sort of diversify his diet, much to his chagrin. And is rather shocked, at the very least.
Yeah, Bear Grylls has got nothing on you.
So much therapy.
At least the Bear Grylls it. You just like it raw.
James has volunteered with it was just a tablespoon in the chat. So James, who are you and how are you feeling?
Okay, so basically, I am a very sensitive soul. I am a graphic novel writer that is experiencing some sort of a writer's block. So it went on this retreat, hopefully to recover from this. And apparently, they have a roommate force feeding shit to her other roommates. So maybe this might not be the place for me, but we'll figure this out hopefully tonight.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of which, Kiyana?
There was no force feeding. He did it voluntarily.
Not strictly true, but we'll go with it.
I'm Kiyana Edges. I'm from Hounslow, and I'm here because my wife came here and she didn't come back right. I'm going to find out why. I found out who done it, and I'm going to leave them a dribbling mess too.
Yes. And last but by no means least, probably the most level-headed of the group so far, but maybe not for long, is Nicola.
Yeah, Nicola, she's a psychologist from the southwest of England. She was just hoping for a nice retreat, do some relaxation, catch up on a bit of reading. She's been under a lot of stress and pressure lately, but that has turned out to be completely different to what she expected.
Indeed. So let me just quickly remind you what you have done so far in terms of events and activities and things and just sort of general key stuff. So you first, or most of you first, did group meditation in the bonding yurts where you met Malcolm and grew to hate him very quickly. So good. I succeeded at role-playing there. And Kiyana did some sort of sneaking around. Maybe found out a little bit, but not too much about the main hall and its layout. You then did gratitude journaling after unpacking a little bit in your dorms, where some more than others caused quite a lot of disruption. And Russell was taken to a special room and shown various terrifying things. and came out maybe a little shaken after that, thanks to Guru Sage taking them off there. But you had the opportunity to get some lunch, but of course, none of you really ate much of it because of what could maybe be in it. And then there was the whole thing with the increasingly blocked toilet and the whatever you want to call it, feeding, enticement. There was shit involved. So yeah. So we're going to jump straight back in.
A
And-
tablespoon of feces makes the medicine go down. Go down.
Okay, Mary Ploppins.
I gotta find the funny in it somewhere. That was traumatic.
So, jumping straight back in, as just to remind you as well, you've all at some point, I can't remember exactly when, but you've all come out of the strange, happy stupor. Russell being immediately, recently, just now. Sorry, words. Literally like a minute ago, as you realize what you've just eaten. And at that point, presumably to come and get you for your next activity, Malcolm once again bounds into your hut, your dorm, without knocking. But at this point, given there's been other stuff that's been stuffed into the toilet, and you're all kind of hanging out in the hallway adjacent to the bathroom, he can't help but notice in his peripheral vision that there's something strange in the bathroom, and he notices then that the toilet is blocked. But as you can probably expect, of course, he doesn't freak out or get worried or anything like that. He sort of takes a couple of seconds to take it in, and almost like the cogs are whirring, and he goes, oh well, isn't this just amazing?
We were just making dinner. Would you like some?
No. I've had plenty of food for lunch, thank you.
But not Indian.
No.
Come on, the spices are amazing. You must try it.
Wait, you talking about the toilet? Oh, I get it. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny in a way, isn't it? Yeah. But no. This is wonderful. This is wonderful because we still have a little bit of time before our next activity, and this would be a great opportunity for you to do some karma yoga.
Some karma yoga?
Yeah. So
Is that new?
you know how... Not that I know of. I believe Tibetan monks practice it. But you know how it says in the rules that, we've got to keep everything clean and our rooms and that kind of thing. And well, that's not really what would be classified as clean in the dictionary, I suppose. So this would be great. I'm not going to point fingers. I'm not going to accuse anybody of exactly who did it, because let's be honest, we've all been there at one point. But I'll get some cleaning things right now. I've got some in the office, and let's do a bit of bonding.
I say out loud, who's holding him?
You say out loud, who's holding him?
I say out loud, who's gonna hold?
Oh, as into the group. Okay.
I can tell you something right now, Malcolm. No, you don't know. You definitely don't know.
We've seen things, bad things.
No, this isn't bad at all. I mean, it's up kind of high and stuff, but like I said, we can fix this, no problem. And it'd be a great opportunity for you to work together. A bit of teamwork. It'd be great as well. Get a bit of practice down for the next activity of taking initiative and being brave with things out of your comfort zone. And at that point, he starts turning back towards the door, presumably to get some cleaning materials for you.
Are we all just gonna fucking jump him at this point?
Either that, but I am more keen on not being found, just hiding in the woods. For him to clean the shit. I am cleaning that.
it's not just that. If we clean that, first of all, I'm out at dinner, but
Wow.
secondly,
You're really embracing this now, aren't you? Is it part of the therapy?
I've decided, fuck it, shit therapy, let's go. No, but more importantly, the aroma has been part of us getting out of the trance.
Mm.
If he fixes that toilet, we're screwed. It's that overload has been part of the reason we've been able to get back to our senses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think cleaning is going to be enough for that toilet either. It needs some.
Oh, don't you worry. We have all sorts of powerful cleaning materials. Just hold on. Just hold on. And yeah, he goes off to the office.
Also, come to think of it, he might as well bring in some incense to clean the air or whatever. That way we're double screwed.
Oh, just do you say that out loud, by the way?
Oh
Or
no!
you just saying that as a player?
No.
Okay.
I'm talking as a player. Sorry.
All right. Good.
I assumed you already wandered off.
Yeah.
collecting
He's. I
materials,
mean,
so
technically he's in
I was-
earshot, but yeah, he's sort of wandering / skipping off.
Right. I want to find out how to get onto this meditation hall. So who's coming? Because I ain't going to be when he comes back with a mop.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
coming
Yeah.
with.
out the hut.
There's no way.
I'll come with. There's a very nice lake over there that I can throw up in.
I assumed you'd add it to the toilet pile, to be honest.
I just don't think it'd make a fucking difference in the toilet. I want to do it somewhere that's going to make a difference. Damn it! I want to vomit positively and positive energy.
Let's go before he gets back.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So yeah, he heads on off to the office, which is further to, I guess, the middle of the grounds. So the building. Well, I mean, Ross will be quite familiar with that building by now, at least part of it. But the rest of you, yeah, it's basically in the middle, roughly. But you head off to the meditation hall instead. It's pretty empty now. There's a little bit of an aroma, maybe of something cooking for later in the kitchen, but apart from that, there's no one else here. Guru Sage isn't here. Everyone who's eaten has now disappeared, maybe to go to the next activity or something like that.
Right. If there's incense in here, we need to swap it out for some regular one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a little look around. There is still incense. It's not as prominent anymore, but it's still sort of burning in a couple of places.
Can I break off an end of a stick and actually pocket that? I'll check that when I get out of here and maybe get it analysed.
I can do that.
Sure. You would need to, you would need to make me a con roll.
A con roll. Okay.
Either that, or you're going to get incensed.
Oh no, I didn't take make that toilet again.
How about finding a way of ruining
31. So that's just a pass.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you take a deep breath in, hold it, and you break a bit off. Do you take like the burning bit to stub out,
No,
or is it kind of
I'll discard the burning bit and just take a non-burning piece. I'll just pocket
right?
it.
Okay, just like the regular bit of the stick. Yeah. Okay. What were you saying? Sorry, James.
I was thinking if there was a way to make it useless, like ruining it, so that they cannot access it for further activities whatsoever.
Mm.
You put it in the sink and get it wet, it won't burn.
Yeah.
Also, we need to find the main stash, I think, and
Set
I
fire
don't know
to
where
the
they keep
fucking
it.
building might do it, but before we get that far,
Well,
I would like to have a look.
I'm all for setting fire to the building, but given everything, let's get that incense out of the way, because if we set fire to the building with the incense in it, we're just going to send a whole load of this fucking smoke up in the air, and it's just going to possibly kick the lot of us.
Mhm.
I would like to have a look through these doors to the offices, so I'm just going to walk through casually like I'm heading to the office and see if there's any other doors that are worth investigating, because I'm looking for stairs down.
Sure. Excuse me. Okay. You do hear a little bit of movement from in the kitchen, so I'm going to need you to make me a stealth roll, please.
Sure. Oh, I passed.
Okay. Yeah, so luckily for you, in terms of the places you haven't looked, they're further away from the kitchen, so it's a lot easier to, not make too much noise and things like that. So you slowly open up the first door, goes into a small corridor, and trying the two doors along the way. They're both fairly generic looking, quite similar to the other officers. They appear to be either sort of maybe meditation areas or living quarters for the staff. And so far, they're empty, certainly of people. They're obviously being used at the moment. There doesn't appear to be any incense in here, interestingly.
Right. Well, I'm still rummaging. So there's no. It's searched everywhere, and there's no way down, right?
Yeah, there's no door, there's no cupboard under the stairs, there are no, like rugs or things like that on the floor. But I will allow you to make me a spot hidden roll.
Okay. Oh, that's a 99.
Okay. Is that a fumble?
My spot hidden is 50.
Okay. Then no, it isn't. But only just. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So what I will give you though is you suddenly become distracted as you're going into the last room. You're trying again to sort of search maybe under the bed, that kind of thing. But as you stand up and your gaze is towards the window, you're sure you see that strange kind of glint again, or something beyond the trees.
Glint.
I
never saw a glint beyond the trees.
Did you not? Am I getting mixed up?
No, that was the guys at the lake.
Okay. In that case, yeah, you see it too. Almost like a light or like a reflection of something. Just for a brief moment.
Okay, I'm going to head out there. So on the way around, past the guys. Now, I didn't see anything in here to find a place underneath. I'm wondering if that information was wrong, but I did see something in the forest. Looked like a reflection of something. I want to go and check it out.
Okay, I'll come with you.
Yeah, I'll come with. I do believe I saw something of sorts. Well, I thought that was the incense influence that made me see shit. But given how careful you were not inhaling anything, that might actually be something there. So I'm coming with.
Actually, there's a part of me that really wants to go into the kitchen, but I'm not going in myself.
I mean, if there's a cellar, there could be an external staircase down. Doesn't have to be internal, does it?
Been around the building, I didn't see anything.
Oh, you've been around the building.
Yeah, there's no kind of like cold shoot type deal or anything like that now. So you're going to, around the back of the building to see what this glinting thing is.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So, again, you're not seen. You do hear some noise while you're sneaking around outside. It sounds like the next activity is getting ready. You can hear a bit of quite hysterical giggling from some other group members as they start heading off towards some of the woods that are beyond the lake. So luckily in a completely different direction to you. But yeah, it is getting quite unnerving how people are starting to behave. But yeah, you
Yeah.
head round the back of the
They're going to make
building.
you throw away your prized possession. That'll be what that session is. I hope you got a decoy.
Oh, the big subject's a boat, okay. Where is...
So
What, you didn't
yeah,
think of that?
They're all speechless.
No, I figured there was something like that going on. The way I see it, all I need is a large glass with salt and water.
To throw up, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have thought that wouldn't have been a problem for you at the moment.
where is
Well-
it?
Well,
No,
you know,
nothing.
shit happens, and it's just not.
Oh, please, look, I was close to throwing up myself, especially when you swallowed, so could we not talk about it?
I mean, he was so enthusiastic of having it going down that he really wants it to come up now. So that he can experience it.
Anyway,
All the fucking
And at
time.
that point, I'm good. At that descriptive point, I'm going to throw up.
And then I follow.
Okay. All right. The other two of you, I'll say that you're kind of talking as you're walking, and
Mhm.
the throwing up has happened by the time you've reached the trees. The other two, you can have a spot hidden roll, please.
Yes. I don't know my value. I'm gonna check it. Spotted. Yes. That's a hard pass.
I failed.
Okay. Nicola, as you hear the sound of two of your companions throwing up, do you keep going with James, or do you sort of turn around and maybe try and assist the others?
Yeah, I'll stop and I'll turn and I'll try and help because I've
Okay.
got a bit of medical experience. So I'll try and help. And when I see it's Kiyana's just thrown up in reaction to Russell's actually bringing up.
Mm.
So I'll sort of like bend him over and rub his
I
back.
felt
and-
borderline the moment I saw his throat doing the swallow action.
Yeah.
Do you have first aid, Nicola?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, you could give me a roll if you want.
Okay, that's a hard pass.
Okay. Yeah, so you think that with Russell it's going to be more difficult, but there might be some not something super powerful, but maybe some sort of over-the-counter stuff like painkillers to help with any cramping or anything like that as it goes through his system. But so far you haven't seen any. But yeah, Kiyana should be all right in a few minutes. She might need some water afterwards, but it's definitely just a reaction.
Looking a bit
to
green,
Russell.
but it's Russell was set off.
Yeah. Meanwhile, James, with your hard pass, you're, I guess, a little bit ahead of the others when this happens, but you see more of this glint, and then you realize that as you move, it kind of changes a little bit in front of you, and it has a bit of a curve, a kind of concave shape to it. And then when you get you get further up, but then suddenly you feel a tap on the tip of your shoe as you realize you can't actually walk any further, and you start doing this with your hands, and you realize that is it maybe glass or something like that, but you keep feeling up and up and up, and there is this barrier that to start with you didn't realize was there. It's kind of it's nearly invisible, this thing, but you can hear dong 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 as you're moving your hand on it, almost like it's thick glass.
Okay, of course I tell it to my other teammates, saying that something or rather I don't know, but they are preventing us from getting away from here. So
The
I do
barrier.
believe.
The barrier, yes, that was in the notes.
Okay,
There's
that
no way out.
No.
doesn't look like it. Also, it's a physical barrier. I mean, I cannot walk through it.
How high do you think it goes? Can we find like a pine cone and maybe
Sure.
we lock up and over?
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of do quite a high lob. It's quite high before it ricochets off this barrier, but yeah, just about maybe 10, 15 feet high. You even try and do one straight up. Same thing happens. It seems like this barrier is encompassing or enveloping the entirety of the retreat grounds, like a dome.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I didn't come here to get out. I've come here to get revenge. There's not a lot of point going back now without my wife. If I can't find answers, I find peace another way.
Okay, so given the fact that we are doomed to withstand everything that they're going to throw in our direction until we are allowed to leave, hopefully tomorrow morning, what's the plan now?
Look, I don't think any of us want to take any further part in what's happening. Clearly, their intentions are not in any way honourable.
Well,
Hi,
there's one more activity this afternoon.
Well, there's two technically.
Well, there's one going on at the moment, isn't there?
You think, or maybe on the verge of starting.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I thought that letting go of attachments has started. After that, there's one more. So if we could probably lose ourselves in the woods until later on, maybe it wouldn't be our fault. We never
These
came back.
woods
from
ain't
that.
big. They'll come and find us.
Yeah,
to find,
you were.
to find this room.
Yeah,
So-
we only have two possibilities here. Either we go back in and we find ourselves in the same sort of zombie-like happy stupor before they do whatever the fuck it is that's causing all the problems, or we start going on the offensive.
As in?
I don't know. Damn it, man! I'm a doctor, not a military man.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
got
not
an
military
I'm
either.
I'm gonna get as much as I can get out of that line as possible. But I look,
Our guerrilla
whatever it
lady,
is.
I think, had a plan,
Yeah,
or at least a suggestion.
Well, only that I know where the staff are sleeping. Maybe we could set some of their joysticks going in there so they get some of it. If they're a bit more docile, then it'll be a lot easier. Because I don't know if you noticed, they don't seem to be. They're either not impacted by it, or they're avoiding it or something. Because
there is one other possibility that what we're seeing with the staff is like the other side. The happy kind of feels that we get at the start is like one end of the path, and them being sinister and gleeful is the other end of the path, because you
maybe,
take too much of that shit.
Nicola, could I have a look at that bit of incense you took?
Yeah, sure. I'll put it in my pocket. Maybe there's an antidote.
Could I have? I'm a chemist, right? In the day job.
Mhm.
I know I
Yeah.
haven't got any equipment with me, but can I take some best guesses as to what this actually is?
Yeah, you can maybe have a gander at that. Yeah, give me a chemistry roll.
Okay, that is a pass.
Okay. So yeah, it's to the untrained eye, it definitely just looks like a regular joss stick. The aroma is a little odd. And when you kind of examine it more from like a clinical chemical perspective of what minerals could be in there that are causing the symptoms to occur, it's not like anything you've ever seen before. Nothing in usual lab circles or anything like that. Is this something they get on the black market or something? Like, it's really, really odd.
Wow, that wasn't very revealing. I'll hand it back then.
Yes, maybe it's some sort of illegal drug.
I'm gonna need tools to analyze it. Need a lab.
Right. Oh, anything useful in the kitchen?
Might be able to improvise a few things. Unfortunately, most of the things you can improvise in a kitchen are about applying heat, which, yes, you can tell a lot about chemicals by applying heat to them, but it's maybe the one thing I don't want to heat up.
They might have a freezer in there as well.
Yeah, still, I think she would need machines and machinery to analyze components.
I need at least I forget what they actually call them.
Unless-
centrifuge thing for separating.
The
They're
centrifuge.
making the stuff here.
Well,
Sorry?
Unless they're making the stuff here.
Could be.
Because obviously nothing you can buy.
Well, I didn't see anything like that in the huts and nothing in the dormitories, but I haven't had a look through the guru's office, and well, I never went in the yurts, but they don't look like they'd have a lab in. Maybe
Wasn't
check
much
out
in the
guru's office. They're all in the woods over the other side at the moment. That's actually, I think actually quite close to the guru's
And-
office, isn't it?
At that point, as you're suddenly thinking, oh yeah, we've not actually looked at all in the guru's office, you hear the sound of someone coming up behind you, and you turn around and see Malcolm with pink gloves on. I can't remember what the brand is called, but that sort of. And he says,
Marigold.
"Oh, there." Yeah, Marigold, that's it. Oh, there you are. You'll be pleased to know, while I would have maybe liked some help with the toilet, but I have got it spick and span clean. It is, you could eat off it, frankly. It is wonderful. But I think they're about to start
Incredibly poor
the,
choice of words.
the next activity. Oh, why a poor choice?
Let's just say I think I might be going on a diet after this retreat.
Well, what on earth for? Diets are kind of a fad thing anyway, and quite often are used to grift money out of people and make
Well,
people feel horrible,
look,
which is not what
look.
we're all about here.
Look,
know?
look, what can I say? Shit happens, and it just it happens, and I just
I don't
Just
like the
let
word
it
diet.
pass through you.
Yes.
Exactly. It sure does. And all that, and thank you for sharing that. We are humans, we're not perfect, but at the same time, that's not what this is all about today. Come on, let me take you to the next activity. Have you got your treasure possessions that we talked about earlier today?
I
You need
must
to
have
go
left
get
one in my
them?
bag, I think.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I left mine in my room.
All right, well, let's kind of go in a big arc then. Let's go back and get those, and then head
Didn't
on
you
over
say
to the
you
woods.
put yours over by the lake? Oh, and earlier, Nicola, I think you were saying you left yours in the yurt, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first thing this
Be a
morning.
fast talk roll.
Ooh.
I will allow a bonus die for assistance since at least one of you just chipped in.
Okay, well, with the bonus die, thankfully, it is a pass, and it's a hard pass.
Oh, a hard pass. Okay. Yeah, he I mean, you're not sure if he believes you, but he at least doesn't really mind either way. He's still thinking that you're going to go and get them, and he's planning to kind of stay with you until you do.
Yeah, but
So it's
we're all
like, okay,
splitting
well,
up in different directions.
like that, and all right. Well, why don't I just sort of stand here? And he goes into kind of in between the two locations almost, and he's sort of there in the middle.
We actually specified different places.
Yeah. So
Like
some of
multiple
you have gone to the dorms,
places.
some of you have gone to the lake.
The
He's kind
yards.
of
And I was going to head
halfway
to the
along the
guru's office.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, he says, "All right, okay, no worries. I'll go and sit by the lake for a moment and
We'll catch you
take
up.
some breaths." Yeah. All right.
I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. But we don't want to take too long. We don't want to be late.
And then once he's looking away from me, I'll be.
Okay. Any of you following Kiyana to the guru's office, or are you?
No, I'm
keeping
going to
to
head.
your-
Yeah,
I'll spread and then reconvene.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think my directions are different away from there actually, so I don't know if I can actually follow.
I'm just looking. Where is that office? Guru's office.
Number
Right.
3.
Yeah, it's
You're
in
the only
in
one
the
who's
middle of the
been
map.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's best if I go because I'm heading in that general direction anyway.
I'm going to the yurts.
Yeah, I'll try and take another route of the others to reconvene there
Mhm.
at a certain point.
Okay. So Kiyana and Nicola then are heading to the guru's office. Nicola, did you say that you were going to kind of eventually come round almost like in a circle?
Yeah, if I go to the yurts, I'll go behind those trees and around the meditation hall and back around. I'll try and skirt the main tree line, perhaps.
I was going to say the map's not to scale, but at the same time, it's there's a bit of ground to cover, especially if you're going to do it stealthily.
Now
all right.
Kiyana's put this idea in my mind about there could be other hidden rooms or facilities around. I'll be keeping my eye out as I'm walking around the outskirts.
Okay. All right. So let's deal with Kiyana and James first of all, and I'll try and jump back to the others in a bit. So you I won't give you a roll for this because it's fairly easy. It looks like you're kind of going in that direction and you happen to pass the guru's office on the way. So let me just double check.
Are you going with us as well, James?
Thing.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, Kiyana and James.
Yeah, I'm with them as well.
Oh, you're okay. Sorry, I
Yeah,
misunderstood.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
because
we break apart.
because
Once
my
we
dorm-
shake our tail, we reconvene.
yeah,
Right. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So, you get to the guru's office. You think you've got a little bit of time while Malcolm is still doing some breathing exercises. Carefully trying the main door. It's locked. There are a couple of windows, although they're
Have a look
not
through the window first, and then I try to pick
massively
the lock.
big. Okay. So, looking through the window, it looks pretty neat and tidy in there. There's lots of these kind of inspirational platitudes on the walls, that kind of thing. There's quite a lot you notice to do with like the lotus again, flowers as well. Embrace the light, and also we are all energetic beings. There's this whole energetic beings recurring theme. You
There's
see
the materials from head office.
you see a desk with a tray on. There's some items there. You assume that they're your phones, although it's a little bit farther away. And there's a couple of like desk drawers in here. There also appears to be a load of cleaning supplies in the corner of the room. Anything else that you can see? No, that's what you can see in there.
I'll have a go at picking the lock. It's been a long time since I've done this. Give me a moment, and I have.
All right, locksmith roll.
No.
Okay.
Oh, 2 out of practice, innit?
Yeah, you are about out of practice. It's gonna. You will eventually do it, but you're gonna need to kind of crouch here and do it for a few minutes. It's a slightly more unconventional lock. Again, problem is you're south facing on a very sunny day. You are 100% visible to anyone
Yeah.
who turns around at the moment.
All right, let's go through the window then. Let's see if we can open that.
Okay. So yeah, all right. I will. If you're kind of doing it together, it's a bit stiff, but yeah, you can open it. It's a little bit tricky to get in. It's not the highest window, so some of you kind of have to almost like roll in or kind of climb in. But yeah, you're in. Another thing that you notice now that you're inside and your eyes have adjusted to the inside, there's also a bookshelf. Appears to be again full of kind of, pseudo new age type stuff. You think maybe there's not really anything interesting there. You don't know. So what's the plan?
Grab our phones. Grab the staff phones if they're there.
Ooh, that's okay. That's interesting, but I don't believe they would actually have any. Let me just have a think.
Well, actually, I come to think of it, how would I know they're their phones? They'd be the ones that aren't with all the others.
Okay, so not in the trays, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Make me spot hidden roll then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a look with her, so if she can get a bonus die for it, or if
Yeah,
you want
sure,
two
sure.
separate rolls.
Okay. Oh, that bonus die means it is an extreme.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for that.
You're
So-
welcome.
All right, so you immediately think to check the bookshelf to see if there are any phones kind of hiding behind or maybe inside a book almost, because very quickly you look in the drawers, there's definitely no other phones in there. You don't find any phones, but you do find a false set of books hidden behind a false set of books you pull out, and there is a box.
Ooh. Open that up. Let whatever demon is inside out.
Okay. So there's a couple of things in here. You find a set of keys,
Yoink.
and you
Yoink.
also see. At first, you think it's like a kind of almost flattish, jagged rock, with sort of strange, almost crystalline designs on it. But you actually see that there might be some pages in there. Like it could actually be a book.
Inside the box, there's a book that looks like a crystalline rock.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the stupid thing if you're in a Cthulhu adventure, but the perfectly natural thing to do. Let's open that up and see what the hell that is.
Okie dokie.
Let's do
So-
This isn't Cthulhu; it's real life.
So you kind of brace yourself to lift it up because you assume it's going to be quite heavy, but you kind of do that as you
Oh,
realize
big box,
it's
right? Okay.
well, no, as in
I was
the,
imagining
like,
the
book.
box that it's in is quite small. You see, so I was like,
Well, no, what I was saying was like, okay, let's say like the book is sort of A4 size.
okay.
You think it's going to be quite heavy because of the kind of crystalline material, but when you lift it up, you realize it's light as a feather.
Mhm.
It's really, really strange.
Flip through its pages.
Beg pardon?
Yeah.
Flick
What?
through its pages.
Yeah, sure. I'm just double checking a couple of things.
Jason,
Yes.
the cover of the book, this crystalline cover, does it
Mhm.
remind me of what I saw with Guru Sage?
Ooh, that is a very good question. You can give me an intelligence roll.
Now, Dice, I'm telling you now, do not fuck me over like you did last week.
Please don't tell me we are doomed. Are we doomed?
No, but my dice clearly don't respond to threats.
Okay.
So it definitely looks similar in color, but also you remember feeling the incredibly strong, heavy grip from these jagged tendrils, and the fact that Kiyana could lift it up and it's so light, it doesn't really make sense. It's like big contradictory to you.
Okay.
So you have a little leaf through it. It's in English. There's no kind of title on the cover, but on the inside sleeve, it says "The Manual to Light the Way" in the title. And it appears to be some sort of instruction manual, or maybe like I don't know, club mantra type stuff in here. But yeah, you can spend a bit of time reading through that if you like. So
What I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock the door, walk into somebody else's dormitory and start reading, I think.
okay, cool. Whilst you're thinking about that, let's quickly jump back to Nicola.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Nicola, remind me what you were doing again. You were going to the
I'm going to
yurt.
walk the outside, yeah, out of sight of Malcolm. I want to walk around the outside and come back to the Guru's office. But I'm going to keep an eye out as I walk past for any sort of like
Yes.
extra
Yes,
doors
indeed.
I can see. Maybe maintenance huts or storage rooms.
Yeah. Okay. I would like you to make me a luck roll, please.
Oh, luck roll. Jeez, what's my luck? Okay, yes. 34. Oh, made it. Pass.
Fantastic. Okay. So you notice that there are a couple of members of staff that you presume are kind of coming back from the woods area. You're plenty far away and can duck behind the like the side of the I almost said maintenance hall then for some reason, meditation hall. You notice that they are actually going inside the hall and peeping in through the windows. The penny suddenly drops as to why you couldn't find any kind of secret entrance, in that you were looking in all the wrong places. One of them goes or approaches the big lotus tapestry design on the back and pulls it back like a curtain, and you see a door, a big kind of hefty door, which one of them takes a key out for and unlocks it, and they both go down.
Oh, I'll get quite excited at that. Oh, find the others now, and I'll rush off to tell the other three my discovery. Might
Okay.
even shortcut the route to the Guru's office. Make it faster.
Okey-dokey.
He just
So, Kiyana, your intention is to obviously come back out of the Guru's office, head to another dorm, and read. Are the rest of you doing anything before you go? Because presumably you're going to follow Kiyana with the book eventually.
Let's do some more searching in this office. See what other wonders we can find,
Okay.
like combustible material.
Well, funny you should say that. There isn't anything else in here that you've seen already, but your eye does go towards the cleaning materials because they look kind of heavy duty from a distance. They're in quite sort of big bottles and things like that. And you realize that, I mean, you don't know entirely what all of it means because it is sort of quite technical wording, and you're not a chemist. But you definitely spot one of the bigger bottles.
But we know someone who is.
We do, yes. You spy one with a big kind of corrosive sign on that reads sulfuric acid.
Jesus. Okay. No need to be a scientist to know what that is.
What the fuck are they cleaning with this shit?
Well, that's for melting bodies away.
That's exactly what they're cleaning.
Yeah. Okay, this yeah.
I mean, that's the shit I fantasize about using on Boris Johnson.
Allegedly.
Yeah, in fiction. In fiction.
But don't you have fantasies over Boris Johnson? That's mine.
By the way, Kiyana, you've been holding this book now for at least a few minutes, and you suddenly think you can smell incense again. Maybe someone's carrying some nearby, but then you realize that actually it's the book. Can I have a con roll, please?
Oh, bugger. I'm going to need some blue gloves, aren't I? Oh, that is a hard pass.
Okay. Luckily, it's subtle enough that it's not affecting you for the moment, but you don't want to hold on to it now for much longer.
Like I said, I've gone into somebody else's dorm, so I wash my hands and then I use one of their t-shirts to hold the book.
Okay. Just beforehand. So something that unnerves you slightly is when you come out of the guru's office, you instinctively look a little bit over to the side to see if Malcolm is still there by the lake, and he isn't. He has disappeared.
Let's hope he hasn't fallen in.
Yes.
You said with utter genuine conviction there. By the way, yeah, you do bump into Nicola as she comes along.
Oh! I'm going to tell you what I found. There's a secret door behind the tapestry in the meditation hall.
Well done. For reward, here's your phone.
Right. I think we should all be properly armed, not only with our phones, but with proper weaponry. Kiyana clearly is armed with that book and the keys. I'm going to be armed with with a nice container of sulfuric acid, because Malcolm could be anywhere. Just
well, within the dome.
I stand by my comment.
It still narrows it down a bit, though.
And if it's Guru's seed, she's definitely getting it without any sort of hesitation.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, before we take a short break, you take the sulfuric acid with you, kind of lug it along a bit with you. Obviously, you've got your phones and you've got the book. You head into another dormitory, and you do a bit of reading through, a bit more examining. And after about 15 minutes or so, you spy a section that is titled "On Destroying the Bismuth."
Oh.
And it reads, I'll put it in the chat as well for you in a minute, but it reads, "The Society of the Energetic Being operates primarily through the creation of bismuths in different areas in order to integrate people through it in a transformational and safe space. When the retreat is concluded, the bismuth can be destroyed and moved to a different area where new people can sign up and join the society. The bismuth should either be destroyed by a strong guru or a group of weaker initiatives or initiates, as it requires inner strength and resolve. Anyone but the main caster could suffer casualties. Beware! Do not destroy the bismuth before all attendees have been integrated, as anyone in the pre-integration phase will instantly become less susceptible to the society's influence and could compromise the great cleansing of vibes. The ritual to destroy a bismuth follows. First, obtain a corrosive substance and place at least a cup in a safe container on your person. 2. Enter the bismuth center holding such substance. 3. Repeat the following chant to release the bismuth and continue until the creature has melted. Bismuth, I release you from your benevolent cause. I thank you for consuming all negative flaws. You are cleansing humanity from filth it prescribes. You are truly creating the greatest of vibes. Now select a new location far away from this one for your next retreat. Spend some time preparing it and start again. Namaste.
Interestingly, bismuth, that's a chemical compound in itself. That's Pepto-Bismol.
And on that note, let's take a break.
Go for it.
Excellent.
And it's in the chat for you. Hello.
Oi.
Hello.
Oi. You. Hello. So, I have put the how to destroy the bismuth in the chat for you.
I'm cool. I'm
Mhm.
cool. I need to look over
Yep.
here, bro.
Bum, 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 bum.
You're
Well,
muted.
clearly, we need to destroy this bismuth thing. But on top of that, we need to destroy these gurus so they don't do it somewhere else. Assume somewhere in this book there must be a guide on creating a new bismuth in the new location.
I mean, that's a fair point. Are they able to build another one without the book?
By the way, as you're taking all this in, can I have you all roll me sanity, please?
Oh, fuck. How much do I
Pass.
have? How much do I have? That's a pass. Barely, but I passed.
That's a pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fail.
Fucking
A
Christ.
fail for Nicola, then.
Yep.
Thank you, Ginger Monster. They may well need it. So, for those of you who pass, that is 1 sanity loss. Nicola, it's a
Okay.
D4 for you, please. Oh, D4 plus 1, actually. I beg your pardon.
So did you say 1 sanity loss?
1 sanity loss for passers,
I'm
1
heading
plus
over
D4.
for you.
And 4 for me.
Yeah,
4 for you. Okay.
I have a digestive
How do you react to all this, upon taking it in, Nicola?
I'm finding it very, very bizarre, and this is not the world that I'm used to. It's starting to worry me. I'm feeling stressed again.
Okay, so maybe your face is going a bit white. You're starting to get sweaty hands, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
A little bit of shaking.
It's just a rock. So I think bismuth. Let me just double check what
Gave me 6 alphas.
bismuth is in chemistry. Yeah, it's a rock. It's like a crystalline rock.
I can't remember if I actually told everyone what happened to me. In the special room.
No.
No, you didn't.
No.
By the way, guys.
But Nicola, this bismuth is it's a crystalline rock. The charm is just them putting their stupid happy flappy face on it. And yes, the sulfuric acid would do the trick of getting rid of it. It's presumably the ingredient they use for making the Josh sticks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will relax me a little bit.
Hi, Jago.
It's also impact abysmal. It's spelled slightly differently. There's no O in the rock. This is bismouth. I'm just assuming they've made a spelling error.
Mm-hmm. Of course you are.
Hi, Jago.
No, I will relay what happened to me in the special room.
Sounds like you were high. Probably too
Well,
much of those bloody incense things.
It suddenly occurs to me because she did constantly talk about the bismuth. And I wonder if that room is somehow connected with their raising, and if maybe that's the room we need to go to destroy it.
But the one on the side of the guru's hut.
So it could possibly be hidden behind the concealed door.
From Jayson, from what I gleaned from Sylvia's notes,
Mm-hmm.
I had gleaned that she was trying to find the room in underground underneath the meditation hall.
Mm-hmm.
Did I glean that she'd explored the guru's hut?
You don't know for sure. You'd have hoped that she would have.
Because she obviously found, she found the information that there was an underground room in the meditation hall, but she didn't mention anything about the hut. So I think the bismuth is under the meditation hall. My wife wouldn't have fallen so easily to these people.
Is it possible that there might be an entrance to the underground of the meditation hut through that through the guru's that side room?
No, it'll be the tapestry Nicola found.
Mm-hmm. Let's try that.
And you say there's some of them down there right now. Well,
I
first
saw
things
two.
first.
I saw two people going in. They had to unlock
First
the
things
door.
first, the only page of this book that needs to survive is the one for destroying this bismuth. The rest can have some of that sulfuric acid. And we're in somebody else's dorm at the minute, so we'll just do it on the floor.
Okay.
Okay, that is absolutely fine. What I will say, obviously, yes, you can destroy the rest of the book. As you,
Well, I'm assuming the process to create a bismuth is in there as well, you see.
so are
There's
you?
we're
If this is
assuming
a
the summoning.
handbook, if this is a handbook for the gurus, then it'll have the process for setting up a new thing in here somewhere, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So you want to?
So
Okay.
wanna remove
Yeah.
that
I'll say
ability
that
from
yes, there is.
Right,
Yeah.
so I
Okay.
just-
So
Yeah.
what do you tear the pages out, kind of thing?
I'll tear the page out for destroying it, keep that,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest we will melt in sulfuric acid.
Oh, I see. So you want to destroy the how-to of creating it again. I see.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. So, yeah, you tear out the how to destroy it bit. What I was going to say, as you, whether you drop it on the floor, whether you place it on the floor, it doesn't really matter. Russell, presumably you're the one to do the honors and pour the
Why
big
not?
bucket. Okay.
Why not? Don't want to
And-
pour too much. I want to pour enough to make sure it goes, but I don't want to pour too much because obviously from this ritual thing, we need to keep some for ourselves
Mhm.
to put in little containers when we take on the bismuth.
And immediately the pages start fizzing and disintegrating, and after a little bit longer you also hear cracking coming from, you presume, the actual crystalline sleeve. But as the pages are melting away, only for just a couple of seconds, it's very brief because of course how fast acting this acid is, but Kiyana, you spot a little bit of wording that you hadn't seen before, which suddenly makes you think of Sylvia, because it says, an unwilling integration leads to a faulty facsimile of their former self. They seem vacant, confused, and might have a different personality trait than before. These people will not have a future. They will barely exist.
A facsimile. So that isn't even my wife back home. They killed her. They
Killed her.
fucking killed her and melted her in acid. I grabbed the bottle from Russell and I'm storming off towards the meditation hall.
I catch up with Kiyana and say, I appreciate your rage, but we must channel it positively.
They killed my fucking wife.
Yes, and you will have plenty of time for vengeance, but we must make sure that no one else suffers the pain that you're suffering right now.
I'm heading straight for the underground room.
Oh, Kitty!
Yes.
Hello,
Pissing me off.
Kitty.
Sorry for the interruption.
That's all right.
Okay, I'm storming behind Kiyana.
Yeah.
Wait. Wait, Kiyana. We have to do things with method, please.
Wait, rushing to catch up.
If you just found out your spouse had been murdered and dissolved in acid,
Copied.
and a doppelganger was delivered to you who's broken in every sense, and you're trying to reason with me.
Not like trying to reason, but if we are getting caught, no one is going to be avenged.
Hoping to channel your rage so that we can maximize the potential of it. Jesus, I sound like one of the fucking gurus.
And speaking of which, as you approach the kind of the porch or the doorway to the meditation hall, you hear the sound of Sister Act, and you hear the sound of Ain't No Mountain High Enough, people singing and kind of almost like processing and jiving a bit slowly. They're obviously coming from the woods, and they're heading to the lake.
Right, we have to save them from themselves. I'm sorry, but when they start singing from Sister Act, we have to help them.
Well, the best way we can help is to stop whatever's going on here, surely.
Yes. Onward.
Okay. So, you head inside the meditation hall. You pull back the tapestry. The door is fortunately still there. It is closed and it appears to have been locked again. Perhaps the staff had left by the time you got here, but you have the keys.
Grab the keys, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, you easily pull the door open. And it looks pretty dark down there. There's no light switch or anything like that.
Phone torch.
Okay. You slowly head down this staircase that does indeed lead underground. And after a while, you get into this quite large room. And it's almost like you don't really need the torch, as it seems to be glowing. There's this sort of strange set of hues of greens and whites. And you notice that the light appears to be coming, as your eyes adjust, from a giant crystalline lotus. It's in the middle of this underground room or area. You feel the soil beneath your feet. There's stone walls that are keeping this thing in, presumably. There's also moss, other unusual magical plants, and it's really odd because even if you're not really into chemistry or biology, there's no way that these plants would grow in these conditions, but it's almost like the bismuth is giving them that light. Could I have, from everyone except Russell, a sanity roll, please?
Failed by 3. So close. You can't use the luck on that either, can you?
Nope.
Oh dear.
I failed as well.
Yeah, I fell by 2.
Okay. Anyone who
I would have
failed.
passed the first one. If I had lost 4, I would have passed.
Anyone who failed, you take 1d4 plus 1.
That's 4 for me.
Oh dear.
It's 3 for me. I've
I
lost 7 now.
5.
Oh, okay.
Which also
fantastic.
means I've now hit exactly the number of the insane limit, and I'm not sure if it's if you lose more than that or if you lose equal that. But I lost 5.
It's equal, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I've lost it.
So not
Which I
even an
pretty much
intelligence
lost it.
roll.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
but
does
now
kind of make
we're going to
sense.
find it a lot more difficult to reason with you.
I mean, it wasn't possible.
No.
I was
but
in a boot door, kill people mood. I mean, I would be if somebody had done that to Jayson.
Well, we're going to. What we intend to do now is to recreate that well-known World War II naval film, "Sink the Bismuth."
I think I'm the Polish ship. You know, the little destroyer.
Yeah.
Floated around for about 3 hours firing its little destroyer guns at the Bismarck, and they kept missing it. And it kept signalling them, "We are Polish."
Okay. So I think I'm going to mix a couple of these up. So, firstly, you definitely are seeing red down here, even though it's very, very white. It is red that you are seeing. But to the point where you are convinced that everything in this room is playing some part in this. You can only trust yourself from now on. These three, they might help you to start with, but you know, can you really keep trusting them?
Nah, I mean, they already tried to stop me coming down here.
Exactly.
I've got to do what I've got to do.
Okay. So what is the plan?
Melt shit. Fuck the
Melt
chant.
shit.
What I'm actually going to say is die, you cunts.
Die, you cunts. Okay.
That's my chant.
Okay.
I'm going to go into the middle, pour this acid out, and shout, "Die, you cunts!"
Presumably on the lotus.
Mm.
Okay. So give me a second.
How about this for a fucking vibe?
Did you say you're going into the middle?
Yeah.
Okay. That does require going inside it.
Fine.
Well, because you got these kind of petals that are opened up
I'll
like
rip them
this.
off if
So
I
it's
can. If I
centered.
can't rip them off, I'll barge my way past aggressively.
No, definitely not. No.
And then melt him with acid.
Okay, so
Suddenly, Strax is just the person to quote.
oh, actually, I will say that you can try and pull a bit off. Yeah, make me a strength roll.
Okay. I fail.
Okay.
So then I just barge past aggressively to get into this thing.
Fair enough. However, as you barge your way and you're flailing your arms a little bit, especially with the bucket of acid, you feel the jagged edges tear you like limpets, and that's going to be 2 damage.
Flesh
Quite
wound.
deep cuts in your arms. I know it's a flesh wound. Okay. As you go further into the center, you feel these strange, subtle vibrations from beneath your feet. It seems to be exuding a crystalline vapor, almost like sandy, glittery air. And as you breathe it in, it's causing almost nausea and discomfort, as it's actually almost like you're breathing in jagged little tiny spikes into your airway. As you start pouring...
I know I'm going to be pouring acid anyway, so I'm going to put my face mask back on.
Okay. As you start pouring the acid in, the rest of you suddenly feel more vibrations, but coming from above you. And you hear the sound of lots of footsteps cramming their way down the staircase.
Are they fabulous?
Yeah, given that Kiyana obviously isn't going to say the chant, I am going to repeat the chant almost on loop.
Mm-hmm.
in the
Yeah,
hope that between me chanting and the acid pouring, it might have the desired effect.
Yeah. Nicola's going to go to the bottom of the stairs in an attempt to try and slow them down at least. Maybe even trip the first couple up so they all fall over each other.
James, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll try and join Russell in the chanting, given that more people are needed for it to work, or a very strong individual, and
Yeah, which is
I don't believe we are that strong for the sake of the ritual.
I think we just have to be. I think we just got to will it. I don't think we can say it once. I think we've just got to keep repeating and repeating and repeating and just keep going with it. And not just say it once.
That is fine. So, we are going to go into initiative. Guru Sage is leading this group of people. And for the first time, you actually see her smile break a little bit. And she says, "You will not do this. I have come far too far for this to happen. I must succeed in this. This is my destiny. This is my life. However, I'm going to need your initiative scores, if you please. I've got Kiyana's because she's an NPC as well, so I've got the score there. Nicola, what's your dex, please?
45.
Yep. James?
58.
58. Russell?
44.
44. Okay. Right. Okay, so you have uttered your intentions. Why is that the wrong way around? That's why I couldn't find it. It is Guru Sage first. So you start advancing, Nicola, to try and block her and the others, or at least slow them down, as you said. Okay. So, let me just quickly do a roll. Okay, and okay, just write it there. Okay, so as you get closer, and you're presumably putting your hands out, Nicola, to try and block her, she emits a huge smile, unnaturally creepy, a bit like the Joker. Her lips are just coming far back and back, and you start hearing this almost like a shimmering sound. She almost opens her arms. You think, what is she kind of just accepting that, or maybe pacifying? But then you realize that her skin is getting whiter and whiter, and you start noticing this light coming off her. Let me just double check. Yes. She begins levitating off the floor slightly, and you realize, almost like Johnny the Human Torch, it is almost like her skin is entirely burning up in this blinding light, and she actually moves forward towards you. With your hands in the way, you're not touching her yet, but it's very likely that you will make contact with her. Make me a dodge roll with a penalty, please.
Okay. Can I feel heat coming from that?
Yes, you can. You can feel heat.
Okay, so that's 51. My dodge is 22, and again 51. 2 51s.
Okay. Right. Okay. Roll me luck, please.
Luck. Oh, good God. 88. That's a fail.
Okay. So you were not expecting her to come forward at all at this point, and you feel the heat as it comes towards you, but she's already too close. It's too late. You feel her chest kind of come into contact with your hands, and immediately you hear this sort of sizzling coming from your skin as it begins burning. But then as she moves past you, presumably to deal with the others, you see that there are flames still burning in your hands. You've actually caught fire. I would like you to take, let's see, it's going to be 2 damage just for the initial contact. But yeah, currently you are burning. So you might want to do something about that.
Yeah, for a split second, I'll stare at the hands and not believe what's going on. Then I'll scream and start trying to put it out. Like my hands around against my body.
Yeah. So that'll be your go when that comes up. But for the moment, the staff are advancing with her towards the lotus flower. Now, I said, Kiyana, that I was going to combine a couple of bouts of madness to make it more interesting. You keep pouring, and you think that the other 2 guys are starting to get the message that you need to do the chant, so they're starting to say it a little bit. Or rather, they will do when their turn comes along. But you notice beyond the not beyond the crowd, sorry, amongst the crowd of people. Maybe it's a trick of the light to start with, but then you see a very familiar face. Is that Sylvia in the crowd? You're muted.
You're muted.
In the crowd of people,
Mm.
an unwilling conversion. They've made her. They've put some kind of brain leech in her or something. Fucking wreck this thing first. Then I'm going to wreck them. Then I'm going to extract the brain leech. That's a ridiculous notion.
Okay. Right. There are going to be a couple of staff, and also Malcolm is straight after this, who are going to basically try and drag you out of the center of the lotus. So, do you intend to try and stand your ground?
Anyone who reaches in here is going to get splashed.
Get splashed. Okay. So it's going to be basically a fighting back roll. Make a improvised weapons roll, which I believe is just kind of a regular brawl. Goes against your brawl skill.
I had that here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Base 25. Whoop. Okay. I mean, I didn't fumble.
But you nearly did.
Yeah.
Okay.
No amount of luck is turning that around.
Okay, so you're realizing, like, you're trying to chuck it, and there are a couple of them, including Malcolm, who have to weave and maneuver out of the way. But one of them does manage to reach you and grabs hold of you, and basically has got you in a grapple at the moment and is trying to drag you out. You realize that given this acid is in quite a big bucket, there's only so much you can do with it in terms of like swinging it around. Before it's getting a bit too cramped for you. So that's their go. Next we have James. So you're gonna start doing this chant.
Yes.
So yeah, you do the whole la-di-da thing. And as you get to the end of the final line and then kind of go back round to the beginning of the words, you feel something tingling within you, and you feel almost slightly drained, like you've just woken up, but you feel like this could be something working. I will come back to you in a moment, as presumably you're still doing that. Kiyana, it is your go next. So you've been dragged out of the lotus flower, but you are still pretty much next to it.
Okay. Well, if I'm outside of it now, then I simply lift my legs so they're out of the way because I've been grappled, right? And I pour the acid on his feet.
Okay. That's going to be an opposed brawl. Yes, okay.
I don't have enough luck to pass.
I was going to say they got hard. The fact that you have to kind of lift your legs and you're trying to
Hmm.
move with this big bucket. Basically, they call very, very kindly, like, "Excuse me, could you please come and help?" And the other one comes along and tries to yank the acid out of your hands. So you're busy getting surrounded by people. Nicola. So you, like I said, have quite literally burning hands, but not in the good way. So as well as that damage I gave you earlier, you. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's the wrong die. That is another 2 damage you take from the continual burning. Yes.
Okay.
So you're trying to
I'm trying to pat them out.
Do-
Yeah, just trying to extinguish the
pat them out. Okay.
flames. Yeah.
Let me think. Do you kind of just sort of wag your hands? Do you pat on the floor like tell me what you
On
do?
my body. So they sort of like the jumper or whatever I've got on, just trying to smother the flames.
On your body?
The
Okay.
floor probably would. It's probably like a hard floor, isn't it?
No. I said it was like a soil, like kind of a
Oh,
soily
okay.
floor.
Sorry. Yeah, I will do that. And I'll rub it in the soil and try and get some dust over it and smother it that way.
Okay. You put your hands into the damp soil, and it's definitely a lot more effective than you doing it on your clothes. Because even though, like, yeah, it puts maybe a little bit, extinguishes out a little bit, it's quite a lot of flame. So yeah, the soil, you're feeling the sting now coming from the burns, and you think that your hands are going to be potentially permanently damaged, like at least the sort of the tissue on the palms. But yeah, you feel it going out. You're kind of rubbing around in it a bit. You can feel the moisture in there. And as the steam comes out as well. Are you arguing about appearance? Of course you are. It's like masks all over again. Okay, Russell, are you going to be chanting as well? You said. Yep. Okay. So once again, like with James, when you get to the end and begin again anew, you feel a sensation of something being almost paid. Being a medical professional, this feels almost like a kind of exertion, but possibly in a good way. It's kind of hard to describe.
I'm taking that, if I've made that sort of logical, that sort of, I've come to that conclusion. I'm taking that as inspiration to keep going, because obviously I'm like, yeah, something's happening here.
Okay. I'll say this now, but it will affect James as well when Giorgio comes back. But basically, for this round, between the two of you, you need to take 6 magic points. So you can decide if you take it equally or if someone takes more.
We can split it 5-4 in my favor. I'll take the 5.
No, 6 magic
Oh,
points.
6. I'm thinking that. Ken, you know what it is? I'm sitting there because I'm sitting with 9 points.
Turn the D6 the other way round. D10.
Very good.
What do you think, George? I'll take 4. You take 2.
He missed the start of the sentence.
Right.
I was just coming back.
Between you're
you-
muted.
Yeah, sorry. I heard that there are 6 magic points to split between us who are chanting the ritual. Is that right?
Yeah, we between
For
the
this
two
round.
of us, we've got to
Yeah.
lose it. We've got to lose.
Yeah, I got 10. You got 9. You said.
What we're going to do? Split it 3 each, or
Yeah, 3 each is fine.
okay, 3 each it is.
Okay.
I will make a note of
And a
this
chanting
number.
we will go. A chanting we will go.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the top. It is Guru Sage. The Guru with her Mancunian spunk, is going to advance towards Kiyana and kind of outstretch her hand.
With all her
Can I
spunk.
see Sylvia in the crowd still?
It takes you a little bit to focus, given all that's going on, but yeah, you can see it.
I'll wait for my turn.
Please do. You are currently being held. Still. You've got one person trying to yank this this bucket out of your hands, and you see the guru advancing with her own burning hand basically towards your face. You can try and make a dodge, however, it's going to be very difficult for you. Or fight back, but it's going to be a penalty either way.
Well, I'm restrained, but I'm still holding this thing, so I can just throw the acid at her.
Yes, yeah, you could do that, yeah. But remember that somebody's trying to take the acid off you as well.
I mean, I haven't succeeded yet. The odds aren't high. Fuck me.
In a good way or a bad way?
0-2.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely a good way.
That's the definition of good way.
That's not too shabby at all, is it?
No.
I see.
That was fail, extreme.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're gonna balance the books off it, that's the way to do it.
Right. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second, I'm short. No. Right, yes, okay. Just double checking a couple of damage things because, you know, being a radiant, fiery thing, does take damage as well. A little bit. Okay, so you're fighting back, so it's not crazy damage. Although actually, I don't even know what damage is for acid. Let's see.
Shame the bottle isn't spiked. I'd have impaled her.
Well, yes. Actually, no, you wouldn't, because it's not your go. You can only do it during your go.
Yeah.
Which I never actually worried about during masks, because I forgot. Alternative other forms of damage. Let's see. I think that'll do. Give me... You're throwing it. Yeah, give me 2d10.
A 10 and a 4.
Okay, so the first place this acid hits her is indeed her outstretched arm that's already looking a little bit charred from what she's doing to herself. Describe what happens to her as the sulfuric acid does its job.
Okay, well, the bottle tumbles over her arm and leaves a streak of acid from her hand all the way up her shoulder before the bottle hits her square in the face with the nozzle end out, so it should basically takes a mouthful. It's a highly improbable shot, but by pure fluke, that's how it flies.
Oh, wow. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask you to roll your rounds for Battle of Madness. Can you do that for me?
Oh, what's that? Under
D10.
70?
No, just D10. The number of rounds.
Oh, I see. 5.
Okay, so we've done 2 rounds so far. We're on the second round. Okay, that's fine.
Done 2 rounds of melee, but I got into the whole lotus flower first and stuff.
Oh, yes, that's true. Yeah, okay.
So, I don't know. It's up to you how long that was.
Let's say this is the third round for you then.
Okay.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, no, I need to do a third one, don't I? Right, okay. So, with all the splashing of acid going around everywhere, given how close people are to you, there's a bit of collateral damage as well that happens. So, ooh.
I would
Okay.
just like to say that a lot of the followers will be immediately around her, not us. I'm just putting it out there that
I don't care about you. I care about Sylvia, who's in amongst the followers.
it's nice to know you've got your priorities screwed up.
Actually, I just thought of something. Make me a luck roll, Kiyana.
Balls. Spent a load of that early in the adventure.
Yes.
I failed by 2.
Okay. So, obviously, Guru Sage is most definitely no more. You managed to get splash damage essentially on all 3 of the staff surrounding you, including Malcolm. Malcolm, in particular, is also incredibly heavily damaged. You think that really he should have died. There's a lot of his shoulder that's kind of corroded away, and you can see a bit of flesh and bone in there. And yet somehow, maybe it's the adrenaline, but somehow he is still standing. But he's yeah, he looks like the guy in RoboCop, basically. However, you also get splash damage on Sylvia.
Dum, dum, dum.
Very, very dumb.
Can't be as bad as what they've done to her. Never know. Might snap her out of it.
Whatever will help you to sleep at night. But you don't think you've killed her, but she does fall to her knees as she gets a large sort of splash of acid on her thigh, and she screams in agony. But anyway, so staff are basically doing that, so I think it'd be a bit daft for them to act as well as that, because seriously, they've just been hit with a load of acid. Next up is James.
Yeah, I keep chanting. I
Mhm.
mean, given how Kiyana is spraying people and defacing them, I don't think she needs any help. Also, I don't really want to step on there. So I just keep my place and keep chanting, trying to focus on lyrics and verses, etc. Not to fuck that up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So, I'm not skipping ahead per se, but just kind of dealing with the 2 of you together then. Since if you're both going to be chanting, then that's going to be another 6 between you that you need to work out in a second. Meanwhile, Kiyana, you are up next.
Is
Nope.
RoboCop still holding me?
So it was a different person holding you.
Okay.
RoboCop has always kind of been very close to you,
Okay.
but not holding you. He actually missed that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm still being restrained.
Yes.
I don't know how much strength they need to stop me getting to Sylvia and getting her out of here, but that's my plan. So whatever I need to roll, I roll 74 at it, which isn't very good.
Okay. You definitely feel
I'm screaming
like
for Sylvia.
Yeah, the grip has loosened a little bit, but it's still held you enough that you can't properly get free. And yeah, you're screaming out her name, and it's all very, very heart wrenching. Nicola.
Yes.
It is you.
I don't know if I missed anything there. I've put the flames out of my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what was happening to Russell and James. As Kiyana's obviously trying to get her.
Russell and James are currently chanting the actual words rather than "die, you cunts."
Currently, the only thing that can actually be heard in here is me screaming Sylvia.
Okay,
That's been happening very loud.
Don't get me wrong. "Die, you cunts" has a certain rhythmic quality to it, but
Die, you cunts! Die, you cunts!
"Die, you cunts! Die, you cunts! Die, you cunts!"
But the guru's gone.
The guru has gone. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I just want to get over to where Russell and James is then.
Okay. Out of harm's way of the acid for the moment.
Yeah, my hands are going to be painful now, so I'm going to be able to do very little at the moment.
Yeah, start chanting, motherfucker.
Are you going to start chanting, Nicola?
Yes, I'll go on. I'll start chanting with them. Yeah.
Okie dokie. Okay, that will start taking effect next round then. And then Russell, you're going to also keep on chanting. So you've sorted out your magic points, presumably. Yes, you have in the chat. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. As you approach James and Russell, the staff who were kind of a bit further behind, and also like the other groups of people who have not been splashed with acid, they start grouping off and trying to grab hold of the three of you, maybe cover your mouths to stop you from saying the words. But of course, you can see them coming. So I'm going to roll kind of the grapple. You can all roll me dodges or fight backs. It kind of depends, I guess, if you want to keep on chanting or if you're going to break your concentration a bit.
No, I want to keep on chanting.
I'm going to try and dodge because I can't actually hit anybody with my hands.
Fair dues.
I take it. If we're dodging, we can keep on chanting. Or is it
yeah, I'll allow it unless you fumble. Yeah, so that'll be easier to do than fighting back in that regard.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck me. That's a 3. That's an extreme.
Woo! Very nice.
I'm going to spend 12 luck to make it a pass.
Okay.
I'm going to spend 16 luck to make it a pass.
I wouldn't advise that because you're going to need much more than a pass. I rolled a 7 for yours, Russell, I'm afraid, which is an extreme for them. The other two, yeah, you get away no problem. However, they are going to, they're going to basically try and grab you, get your arms kind of close to your sides, and
I'm gonna keep. Well, I put it to you this way. I'm going to keep on chanting, and if anything's coming up my mouth, I'm biting it. You really think I'm going to swallow shit? You think biting a finger is going to make a fucking bit of difference to me after what I've swallowed in the last few hours?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will bear that in mind for when your turn comes along.
Okay, coprophilia and cannibalism.
Yeah.
Jackpot.
What can I say? Call of Cthulhu brings it out.
It does indeed. Okay, James, you're up next.
Okay. I mean, I managed to fan myself from this person coming at me, so I'll keep chanting and try and distance my way, distance myself a little bit more from him, from them, in order to, basically yes.
Okay,
but keep chanting altogether.
That's absolutely fine. Kiyana.
Well, I'm still full of rage, so I'm kicking and screaming and trying to get to Sylvia. I think this is my... Is it fourth or fifth turn? I've lost track.
This is the last round, yeah.
Last turn
Yeah.
of blind
Yeah.
rage.
Yeah.
I still fail at my fight.
Oh. I rolled a critical.
I'm absolutely restrained then, aren't I?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. To the point where they actually kind of twist your wrists behind you to the point where you think if they twist any more, they're actually going to break something.
Okay, so I'm pretty much stuck here until somebody does something to him, I guess.
Yes. Okay. Nicola.
Yes. Yeah, can you not?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
hear me?
I can hear you. I'm waiting for
sorry.
you to tell me what you want to do.
Yeah, I was gonna. We dodged that attack, didn't we? And
Yep, yeah, you managed to dodge, yeah. Are you still planning to chant with the others?
Well, if I can actually see Kiyana's in trouble, I wonder if I could maybe shoulder barge the guy that's holding her from behind.
Oh, certainly. That'll
Maybe
be a
try and-
fighting
well,
brawl roll.
I'm only fairly small, but maybe I can knock him to the floor or at least put him off
Yeah.
balance.
Maybe.
Brawl, what's that too? Fighting brawl. And that's a pass by 5.
Yeah. Okay, so given how much he's restraining Kiyana, there's no way you could have got out of the way in time. You basically tried to just bull rush him. So yeah, roll your brawl damage.
Which is 3 plus damage bonus because I don't get a field bonus.
I don't believe you have a damage bonus.
No, I don't. No. So, okay.
Because you're small.
So that is a 3.
A 3. Okay, very nice, very nice. So you feel your weight having to kind of shift a bit, Kiyana, but he still has hold of you, I'm afraid. But even so, got a bit of a bruise coming up. Russell, do you wish to bite this person's finger?
Well, if
Mount Doom style.
he's actually muffling my voice to the point where it can't actually be heard in terms of the chant, then yeah, I'm gonna have to bite.
Okay.
Because you've said my arms are bound, so I can't exactly.
Well, they're by your side, yeah. So yeah, feel free to make me a
crunch.
Make me a chomping roll in the form of a fighting brawl.
Things you never thought you'd ever see. We're breaking all kinds of firsts here. I'm going to spend 7 points of luck just to get that down to a pass.
Okay, that was the right thing to do. So roll your damage because it's teeth. I mean, obviously teeth aren't sharp or anything, but I'm going to give you an extra 1 point of damage on your roll.
Okay. So it's 1d. So it'll be 1d3 plus 1 then.
Yeah.
4.
Okay, maximum damage. I'll say that he lets go briefly at that. Right. So, in that case, then yeah, I'll say that you have time to kind of get a sort of a blurt out of a bit more and kind of try and catch up with James. So once again, since the two of you are chanting, split 6 magic points between you.
Okay.
Right.
3 and 3 again.
Right. If it's 3 and 3, then I'm out of magic.
You can keep doing the magics with 0 magic points. However, you start losing hit points.
Well, We'll deal with that next round.
Fine. That's future Russell's problem.
Oh, what the fuck? How many rounds are we supposed to sing this versus?
We don't know.
We don't
You
know,
don't
right?
know. You don't know.
Fuck
What I will
me.
say though is that because you've now been chanting for, mechanically speaking, 3 rounds, you are feeling almost like you have this strange control. Like you feel like everything that you're doing, everything that you have done, it has led to this moment. It feels like you are in control of this. You're feeling physically and mentally charged, and you could have sworn you heard the sound of cracking coming from the lotus.
Okay. Hopefully we're almost done.
Yeah, keep going, keep on it. It's
Yeah.
obviously working, so we keep at it.
Fucking
Okay.
Muppets, it's obvious the acid is working.
We are back up to the top. It is a staff's turn. So let's see. So let's deal with the one near James. So obviously you've backed away from them a bit, but they're gonna
Just a thought. Is our efforts, because we're feeling, that there's been some push here, is it having any effect at all on the staff? If not the ones directly having us, then the rest. I mean, are they starting to feel the effects of this thing weakening their, or are they too far fucking gone?
they don't appear to be changing or getting weaker from your chanting now. Anyway, the one near James, so they are going to basically try and keep on you or keep at you and pursue you. Do you wish to try dodging them again as they lunge for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Was it 29? Yes. God fucking damn it. Oof. Yeah. No luck can help me recover from this, but that's not a fumble. So
Good. However, I still got an extreme, so that's going to be maximum blunt damage, which is going to be 7 damage. You get absolutely walloped. You get absolutely walloped in
I'm
the stomach.
down. I'm at 0.
How much is your are you on 7 maximum hit points?
Yes.
Oh,
That's what my character sheet says.
I see. Okay.
I'm a frail man.
You are a frail boy. I just put the book. This is very important. I must check something. Okay. Good. That's what I thought, but wanted to double check. You are winded so much by this that you are indeed downed. You go unconscious almost immediately from this. And you come to the floor, and of course, the chanting from yourself stops. Let us go to what I was going to do with the one. Yes, so the one that Nicola just swiped at is going to try and get at you with a bit of a like a kick, like a leg attack.
Is he the one restraining me?
He is the one restraining you. Yes, he's trying his best. Are you dodging or fighting back, Nicola?
I what happened to me? I sort of I shoulder barged him. Did I sort of bounce off?
Yeah.
And fall to the floor?
No. You managed to kind of get him with a shoulder barge, but you're next to him. So
Okay.
he kind of gets at you with his leg.
I will try and dodge,
Okay.
and I fail.
Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Oh. Hold on a second. Right. You also take 7 damage.
Ooh.
This sort of high kick suddenly comes out of nowhere and gets you, like, smacks you on the jaw.
That's me.
What's your maximum HP?
10.
Okay, that is going to be a major wound. Roll con to see if you stay unconscious. Sorry,
Well,
stay conscious even.
I'm currently on 6. So
Okay. So you, in that case, you do fall unconscious.
Yeah.
Why am I getting the wrong way around? You do fall unconscious, and you have a major wound. Therefore, you are dying. If you want to be technical about it, this is going really well for you. Okay. Russ. Oh no, sorry, beg your pardon. No, that's the staff done. The last one is on. No, sorry. I'm getting tired. The one that's been bitten half to death by Russell, they try and kind of grab you tighter and further, whatever. But because they have to shift their weight a bit, this does give you an opportunity to slip away if you like. So you can give me a fighting brawl roll or a strength roll to try and get out.
It'll be a strength roll because it's slightly better.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right. I don't blame. I'm not angry with the dice. I'm just disappointed.
Okay. Fair enough. Excuse me. They kind of get you back into restraint. They cover your mouth again. And as that happens, you notice in quite quick succession that James has gone down. Nicola, however, again, kind of doctor vision coming in a little bit. You heard the crunch of her jaw displacing from a kick that was smacked into her face. And you see sort of maybe a tooth or kind of blood spurt out as she goes down much more violently.
To keep chanting.
That lot were fighting rather than flapping around saying words. Might be in a better position, I think.
Who is it now? James is unconscious. Kiyana.
I'm still restrained by the guy doing the high kicks.
Actually, I think given the major wound and like given the amount of damage on that attack, I'll be happy to say that you're technically not restrained now.
Okay.
Also, because it's the next round after your Battle Madness stuff, you start feeling a bit more lucid again, strangely a bit calmer than usual.
And how many cultists are in this room stood upright?
There's sort of a crowd near the back, kind of watching with glee. There's just the kind of one-on-one situation with the others at the moment.
One-on-one?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's 3 of them.
And interestingly, the woman who you thought was Sylvia, she looks different now.
Oh, well, that completely changes my statement of intent. I'm gonna run up the stairs. I'm gonna head to the kitchen and get myself some kitchen knives because it's time to start killing these fuckers.
Just to remind you what I just said, there's quite a lot of them at the back still. So by the
I
stairs.
start shouting orders to the kitchen. Get milk for her. She needs alkaline on the wound. As I run in their direction, also intending to go to the kitchen, but for completely different purposes.
Okay, yeah, they go, oh yes, absolutely, yes, and yeah, they start heading on up, almost kind of like trotting up.
Nice. Start separating them out so I can kill them more slowly.
However, that is just the group at the back. There are still people, on the others.
I'm running
if that
up the
makes
stairs
sense.
after them.
You're
Also
in the
heading to
okay.
the kitchen.
Okay, cool. You do so. There's some sort of simmering vegetable curry, you think, going on?
While they're getting the milk, I'm getting the kitchen knives.
Okay. You're getting the kitchen knives. Shing, shing, shing out of a... What would you call them? The kind of knife selection.
Knife rack. Yeah.
Rack.
Some
Yes,
kind.
rack.
I presume other events have happened in the meantime because that'll take a few rounds.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Let me consult my bookings again. Because...
Kiyana does not believe in the chanting, I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right, because
There's no
currently...
scientific, rational explanation for it. She didn't stop to
currently
think
they're
about
having
the
great
barrier for long
difficulty.
enough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. La 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 la. God. Okay, that's what I thought. Cool. So I'll do that in a moment. Okay, so obviously, Nicola, you are in a very bad state. You are unconscious, and even if you weren't, you'd have great difficulty chanting with the state of your jaw.
Mhm.
Russell.
Yes.
Over to you.
Biting again.
You're biting again. Okay. Make a roll
Man has
with a bonus die.
Ooh. Well, that was interesting.
What did you get?
Well, my first roll was 32, which was a pass. And then on
Mhm.
my bonus die, I rolled 32, which is a pass.
Okay. Well, either way, on this side of the table, I rolled a 100. So what I will say
I
is
bite
that
his fucking finger off. I go
precisely what I was
full
going
on
to say.
fucking Gollum.
Yes, you do. You go full on fucking Gollum. He can't help but scream, although again, it's kind of hard to tell whether it sounds almost orgasmic or whether it's actual pain. But in any case, you hear the finger kind of drop from his hand, and you are finally free. Yes, obviously the chanting is important, but just to remind you, there were two people on the ground, one of them looking really badly wounded. Kiyana appears to have run upstairs for some reason.
I'm going to keep on chanting because this is all for naught if we don't stop this thing.
You're going to keep on chanting. Okay. I will allow that. However, you are the only person doing it, so you're going to have to take the whole 6 magic points yourself.
Which is all going to have to be damage.
It's all going to be damage.
I got no magic points.
Okay. What is your maximum hit points again?
8.
Okay. Well, this is interesting. And this is going to be a kind of a decider, because essentially what you're doing is you inflict so much damage upon yourself that is a major wound. Give me a con roll to see if you remain conscious, and I'll describe what happens.
Are you allowed to spend luck on this?
Yes, you can.
Then I'm going to spend 13 luck. Damn it! To get it down to an extreme.
Oh, I mean, you really didn't need to do that, but I mean, it's epic, so why not? Okay, so as you utter the last couple of lines again for the 6th time, you feel almost like your insides are contorting, splitting. You feel like you're struggling to take a full breath, almost like maybe your insides are imploding slightly, or they're kind of pushing inward. But you keep going. You push through, and you come to the last couple of words. You're truly creating the greatest of vibes, and almost like there's this throne voice that comes out of you and makes contact with the lotus, and it sort of twitches and shrivels and melts to the ground where the roots are exposed before it fizzles out. And for a moment you don't quite realize, well, not realize, but you're not quite sure if it's done enough, because it's corroding, but there's a ball of light that is starting to form, and you think, well, is that it? And then suddenly the light explodes.
Oh, balls.
Russell, and the two of you who are down, James and Nicola, can you make me a D100 roll, please?
I'm going to be burned to a crisp. That's a 9.
51 for me.
Okay.
93. Be gentle.
Okay. No, that's good. You wanted to aim high. Okay, Nicola, give me a con roll for your major wound. Given your dying.
46. And that is 24.
Okay. Unbeknownst to you, you are still alive. Okay. So you feel this from where you are, Kiyana, as you're starting to head downstairs, but you feel the tremor and you almost fall
I'm not
over.
heading down the stairs. I actually had a better idea while I was getting the knives.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, then you feel it from the floor above, and you almost fall over, and you hear almost kind of like a groaning in the wooden floor, as obviously something has impacted it. Russell, from where you are in the midst of it all, you can't help but crumple to your knees just from how weak you feel. And looking at the kind of charred ground, the charred soil from where the lotus used to stand, it appears to have been completely obliterated. However, you sort of quickly look around and survey the scene, and you notice that James's eyes are also obliterated, along with several other people who were, near you, wrestling you, and they start panicking almost like gormlessly and moaning. Of course, James can't feel it yet, but he will do when he comes round. What do you do?
I pick him up. I'm going to try and get him out. Where is Nicola?
Nicola is nearby. You can see that more blood is coming out of her. She needs urgent medical attention as well.
Click.
She locked the door.
Lock.
You lock the door?
That was a better idea. I suddenly realised that all the cultists are in one place. I'd had a moment to think while we were getting the knives, you see. And all the cultists are in one place. I don't need to actually kill. Why would I kill them? That's crazy. That was the rage and the anger talking. But if I think about this scientifically, all of the specimens are in one specimen jar. all I have to do is break the jar.
Can we have Raging Kiyana back, please?
When I get to the locked door, I'm going to politely knock rather incessantly and say, "Let us fucking out."
Once I hear it's your voice, I will actually let you out and then close the door again behind you.
Well,
I'm midway through
I
making a
say,
Molotov cocktail.
you know, look, I could only carry James. Nicola's still down there. She's wounded. She needs medical attention. We need to go and get her.
Okay, I'll open the door so you can go back in
Okay.
and then lock it behind you.
I go and get Nicola.
Meanwhile, while with the door locked, I'm making supplies for a big boom.
Nicola,
know
make
what's
me another
happened down
con
there.
roll, please.
96.
Okay.
Not in trouble.
Russell,
I do, actually.
you get down to Nicola and you see that she's potentially on the cusp of bleeding out. You need to do something now.
I'm going to use my medical training and see if I can sort of do a very rough kind of patch-up job.
Okay. It's a first aid roll. However, given what Nicola rolled on her con, you're going to need a hard success or better.
Okay.
I'm gonna be nice and say it's a hard.
So I need to roll. I need to roll under 34.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled 23.
No.
Okay. Just as you reach the light in the sky, Nicola, you feel a pull back. And whilst you're not completely conscious again, you can feel some sort of pain and like you're breathing again as Russell does get you around. Let's say you had a shot of adrenaline or something with you or something like that on your person.
I carry
no,
Nicola.
And then carry her out.
I carry Nicola out again, sort of not so much kicking at the door and saying, "It's me, Kiyana."
Oh, yeah, I'll let you back out and then I'm going to give you the key and I'll get all my improvised explosives, whatever I've rummaged up in the kitchen. And I'll tell you to lock the door behind me and I go down the stairs because I have reached the bargaining stage of grief and it is time to demand answers because I'm still not quite willing to let the idea of Sylvia being dead and melted be fact. So I head down into the locked room and I'm gonna start interrogating with explosives.
Interrogating with explosives.
Okay.
This is the next stage from shotgun diplomacy.
Mm-hmm. Explosive interrogation.
Explosive interrogation.
And not with shit. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of a fade out of that as you're delving in and interrogating.
And she either won't get the answers or we'll have it confirmed that Sylvia's dead and she won't ever leave that basement and neither will they.
Indeed.
Because she doesn't want to come up without Sylvia.
Yes. And the other three, obviously, Russell, you are conscious, although again, you're really feeling it now. You feel incredibly drained. The other two are in a potentially worse state. I'll say that, James, you eventually come around, but the first thing you realize is the incredible pain behind your eyes and the fact you can't see. Nicola, you also can't talk at the moment. Your jaw is hanging out here. Various sort of like blood just all around your mouth. Where do you go from here?
I am going nowhere.
Someone's not carrying me.
I can't see shit.
I will lead them out. I'm going to start looking for the other campers because I'm hoping that our destruction of the bismuth means that they will have come to their senses
Okay.
and they will be able to maybe help me with Nicola and James.
Okay. Yeah, so there were a couple of groups left outside. There were too many to go, into this like underground greenhouse. It just happens to be a greenhouse. So they were just kind of mind their own business. But yes, you're absolutely right. It has negated the effects and got rid of them. So they're looking a little bit disorientated, trying to remember what's happened. But yes, of course, when they see you and just how badly wounded you are, they do rush up and they try and tend to. They're not really medical professionals, though. You're still like the only expert in this
I can
group.
say, right, you need to patch this, you need to get this and patch this up. Literally try and guide them as they do it.
Yeah. And as you're kind of getting them, back and forth, maybe from the hall and whatever to get stuff, yeah, make me a luck roll.
Me?
Yes, you.
I think you already spent it all to get that extreme.
I've spent a good chunk of it. No, that wasn't that lucky.
Okay.
Didn't miss it by much.
No, I'm sure you didn't. It's almost like a line of people that are kind of, well, at least for a little bit anyway, they're kind of going in to get, like, try and find bandages and things like that. However, unbeknownst to you, beneath the hall, Kiyana is about to ignite, detonate, press the button. And unfortunately, as well as Kiyana being there were a couple of people who've only just come out of their happy stupor who were also close enough to the building to get blown to bits. As the debris rises up or is thrown into the air as the hall goes up sky high, whilst obviously it's a major shock, you also notice that the dome has disappeared.
As we see Kiyana flying at high speed.
I was hoping for that to be quite a serious note. But yes, that's it. The end of Good Vibes Only.
Excellent.
That was good, that was
Yeah,
intense.
It's a brutal scenario, yeah.
Yeah. You think it's
kind
gonna
of
make
brutal,
it?
yeah. Brutal
Holy
but
shit.
fast, to be completely honest.
Well, because you skipped half the activities, that's why. Although quite a lot of people do, like, at least skip one of them. It's quite rare that you get all the way to the end of them.
When it started going wrong for us, it went wrong quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. Because
it
you
went
kept,
down.
like, taking the piss and breaking the rules and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. Whereas you get other groups that, like, really try and pretend to be happy and hold their breath and all this sorts of stuff.
I'm wondering what the surrendering to wholeness event was.
Now that's interesting because I've only seen that happen a couple of times.
Is that something we should maybe stop the broadcast and then answer in case of spoilers?
No, it's fine.
If somebody's just watched the adventure, I think they've had spoilers.
So third activity, you were right. It was about burying your treasure possession. So it was meant to be even more unnerving and like a moral dilemma. And then there would be the people like burying things like insulin pump and stuff like that. Really kind of the surrendering to wholeness. It's about you're partnered up with somebody, and you are held down in the water for a time, supposedly to let go and shit like that. There was a live stream of this on Symphony Entertainment, and the person who insisted on being partnered with Malcolm tried to drown him It got very dark very quickly.
What the
I lost
fuck?
count, so I started again.
Yeah.
I got lost count second time, and I started again.
Yeah.
Tried to drown him.
And then basically after that, which again I've not really seen get that far, but there's basically kind of a transition scene and food and stuff. You go to bed, and then at midnight you're all picked up to go to do the ceremony. And basically, if you'd have taken any longer with your chanting stuff, the people left would have basically picked James and Nicola up and actually put them in the Lotus to begin
Ugh.
integrating them forcefully.
Ah,
I think actually the darkest thing for that of all should like that particular ending in terms of Kiyana's arc. I think would have been good if Sylvia's eyes opened
Mm.
just at that moment, and it's like, oh, you did save her, and it's not a doppelganger.
No, that was just about madness.
Well, the doppelganger thing was in the book. Like it
Mm.
was didn't use those words, but
Mm.
yeah. No, I'm talking about actual Sylvia. If that,
Mm.
well, no, the doppelganger Sylvia. If that one opened her eyes.
Yeah, no,
And
no,
actually, she was fine, and just once the thing was shattered, she then woke up. But then, of course,
Mhm.
Kiyana's dead. It'd be twisted.
yeah,
very Romeo and Juliet.
I was going to
Yeah,
say
it is a
that.
bit
Very Shakespearean.
Shakespearean.
Well, that's
That
the
was
end
good.
of that chapter. And obviously, we do a different game. Hopefully, I'll be ready by next week, but if not, I'll let you know. And
Mhm.
yeah, that's going to be minus Becky, but feel free to watch along if you want the entertainment or what have you.
See,
I'll
that's messed up.
play with myself somewhere, cupboard or something.
And on that note, I'm going to cut the broadcast. See you next
See
week.
ya.
Bye bye.
Bye